Hi my lovelies, it's Nisha. So today I've got a new wig for you to review, and this is Belle Tress from the cafe collection called Caliente. Now, Caliente might be a bit cheaper alternative to Editor's Peak. So right now I am wearing the Editor's Peak in Shaded Biscuit, my favorite color. Caliente is very similar, but if you don't really like the permatease, because Editor's Peak has quite a bit of permatease, and I know a lot of you said, oh, it's far too much hair. It's not really too much hair, it's just bigger volume because of the permatease. Caliente doesn't have any permatease. I like permatease because I like big hair, but for those of you who don't, this might be an alternative. Now, my Caliente is not as curly as some other Calientes I've seen. You have to remember that the same wig you could order 10 Editor's Peak and they all will have slightly different patterns, and you have to expect that. It's impossible to make every wig exactly the same, but they vary very slightly. This is a new color as well, not that new, but I think came out late last year. Butterbeer blonde, which is gorgeous. As you can see, is very similar to Shaded Biscuit, is similar to few others, so I will compare them. It's nice and sunny today. I'm filming in a daylight, so there is no artificial lighting. Hopefully the colors come across really well. I might even later put them outside and compare them outside, but let's have a look before I put it on at the cap. So Caliente has an open wefted cap with extended nape, adjustable straps, velvet ear tabs, full lace front, but only partial monofilament on the left, which means that you can only really part it on the left. You can part it on the other side, but you won't get as realistic scalp look like here. Can you see? Whereas Editor's Peak has full monofilament, so you can part it wherever, and that's why this wig will be cheaper as well. Caliente is heat-friendly fiber, which is good. I quickly put it on when it arrived, and I definitely have to tweak it. So let me put Caliente on. So here is Caliente. As you can see, it's so similar to Shaded Biscuit. The difference is there is no permatease. Also, it doesn't have that little fringe. You know that Editor's Peak has this small fringe, which I quite like, but it would be so easy to cut it in this wig. Another difference is, you know how Raquel Welch always puts the really blonde pieces right at the front, which I love because that makes the lace front so invisible. This one has the roots all the way through. It's a very good lace front, but because the hair is dark, you can sort of see the knots. I might plug them a bit, but if I cut a fringe, so if I put it up like this, can you see it's quite severe? Not as severe as in some wigs, but I wish they had some blonde bits at the front. So I wouldn't feel as comfortable wearing this wig of the face as I would with Raquel Welch. Because of the blonde knots in the front of Raquel Welch wigs, you don't really see the knots, and they are very fine. But when it's like this, it's absolutely fine. The color is beautiful. It is similar to Shaded Biscuit, very similar. I think the root is a bit lighter. It's a lighter brown, and that brown runs throughout the whole wig, and then you have this platinum blonde highlights. It's gorgeous. The lighting is going a bit darker. I don't know if maybe I should leave it because I think that really shows the color. So Caliente is slightly angled bob as well, just like the latest Raquel Welch Unfiltered that I have reviewed. And I know all these wigs seem to be so similar, but they are different. If it's the lace or the permatease or the curl pattern, but obviously these styles are so popular. That's why all the companies coming out with them, and I love these styles. That's why I always get those, because that's what I feel suits me. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say this wig was sent to me by Mima Wigs. Fantastic company, they ship all over the world. She also sent me lots of care products for the wigs, shampoos, conditioners, waxes, and they also do eyelashes. This wig is so light. The fibers, which is Belle Tress is known for, are so fine, and I don't feel like there is a lot of hair here. It feels very natural density, but I think because of these curls and because the hair is so fine, you can give yourself a lot of volume. Now, like I said, there is no permatease, so it can be quite flat, which I'm not into. What I would do, I might cut this bit a bit shorter so I have this sweeping fringe, because I don't want to really do this with this wig, because I don't want these knots showing too much. So I prefer having something swooping slightly over my forehead so it disguises the knots. Also, this side doesn't have as many curls, and because this is heat friendly wig, I can give it maybe a few more curls here. I could make this a bit more voluminous by putting some curls here. I don't know, I will have to play with it, but it is another beautiful wig. And oh, that's really dark now, but you can see, actually, forgive me for the lighting changing, but maybe that way you can see the color in sort of different lighting. But this is very dark, I think, now. Okay, I've put the ring light on now because it got really dark, the sun gone in, but you had the opportunity to see the color in a bit darker light. Yes, so absolutely lovely. Oh, let me show you her from all the sides. So this is the front, this is the left side, the back, and the right side. I know that a lot of people, whenever I review wigs like this, say, oh, they are so messy, but I think, first of all, that's the style I like. Then I think this makes the wig look so much more realistic. I don't like wigs that have very even curl pattern or are very overstyled, because then it just looks like a stiff helmety wig. This moves just like your own hair. I love it, and I love this color. I never knew that this color was so beautiful and so similar to the ones that I love. Let's turn the lights down now. The sun's come out again, and I will compare this color for you with all the others that are similar. So let's first compare it with Raquel Welch Shaded Biscuit. On a first glance, very similar. I think the color that runs through here is very similar to the color that runs through here. I would say the Shaded Biscuit maybe has a bit more very pale gold, whereas this one doesn't seem to. The highlights are very, look at this one, really, really platinum. The only warmth you get in is from that brown, light brown color. So similar, but slightly different, but still something that I love. Now let's compare it to the latest Raquel Welch. This one is the Shaded Iced Latte Macchiato. Again, very, very similar. I think the base colors are very similar. The difference is in all the highlights. So I would say that Macchiato has more evenly spread out highlights, so there is no that impact of like more chunky highlights, but can you see, very similar. Similar, that'll be the word of the day. And then let me compare it to Jon Renau Palm Springs Blonde, because that's quite a cool color. Again, this one is probably the coolest, or maybe the most heavily highlighted with the actual blonde. It still has the dark base and darker root, but is probably mostly that cool blonde. So all three of them are very similar in color. You can only really see the difference when they side by side, but if I wore them on a separate days, you probably wouldn't notice the difference. Okay, so here they are. Sorry if you can hear the plane. So the first one you can see is the Caliente. It's very sunny, so hopefully you will see some differences. Can you see the root is a bit warmer than on Shaded Biscuit? So this is Shaded Biscuit, but I think like the bottom of them looks exactly the same. Then here you've got Raquel Welch in Pale Golden Honey. The difference with that one is it's got no root, it just has pale golden highlights and those creamy white highlights. Then here you've got the Raquel Welch in Iced Latte Macchiato. You can see this one is a bit cooler than the other ones. And then here is the coolest one of them all. This is the Jon Renau Palm Springs Blonde. But you know, if you look at them from the distance, to me they all look the same. All very, very similar. I think the biggest difference with Caliente is the root. The root is sort of much warmer than on Shaded Biscuit or on the Iced Latte Macchiato, and the Palm Springs Blonde has very light root. So here they are. Oh, maybe the sun will go in a bit. Oh, that's better. So again, this is Caliente Butterbeer Blonde, Raquel Welch Shaded Biscuit, Raquel Welch Pale Golden Honey, Raquel Welch Iced Latte Macchiato, and Jon Renau Palm Springs Blonde. Okay, so yes, I don't know yet what I will do with this wig. I actually like it today much more than yesterday when it arrived. I told you I just quickly put it on. One side was all squashed, one was big. The parting looked all flat, and that is because they have been squashed in a box. So all I did is I always take my wig out, shake it upside down, put it on a wig stand and let it sit there overnight, and this morning I love it much more. I don't know even if I'm going to cut it. yesterday I felt like, yes, I need to cut it, I need to curl it, but today it looks so much better. And I could always pick up some of the front pieces and pin it. That way that it swoops a bit, that covers this lace. Let me show you this lace front really close and what I mean about the dark knots. Okay, so can you see? And that does look like your own hair looks when it grows out of your head. You get like these little knots, but these are quite dark. I could pluck few out actually here from the front. I might do that because you can pluck few, but you have to be careful not to ruin the lace. And if he had some blonde coming out right from the root here at the front, the knots wouldn't look so severe. So that's what I mean about the knots. And that's why I feel that I need to really disguise them. But apart from that, I absolutely love this wig, and the color is gorgeous. Another color, because you know, till probably, I would say a year ago, all the other companies started coming out with nicer, cooler blondes. Before that, it was only, I think, Raquel Welch that did really nice blondes. The rest were always very yellow, very warm, and I know a lot of people like that, but there is a lot of us out there that prefer the cooler blonde, and now more and more companies coming out with these new lovely colors. Okay, my lovelies, so that's it. Remember, don't buy your wigs on Facebook. Even if you see my face on it, it's a scam. I've got nothing to do with it. My videos were stolen. Please don't ask me about my top. This will be all revealed in my Monday video coming up. I've just filmed early spring try on haul, so I will talk about the top in that video. My makeup also, I have something new on my eyes, and I will do video about that as well. So wait for those. And thank you so much for watching, and stay fabulous. Bye.